Liverpool half. Alexander-Arnold back to Gomez, and then Alisson clears long. Everyone's going to bed early these days with the pubs closing at 10 o'clock. Here's Salah playing the ball in towards Firmino, and then Tierney knocks the ball along the back line to Holding, out to Bellerin on the right-hand side. Bellerin wanted Pepe to make a run forward rather than coming back towards him, and in the end, between them, they've given the ball away. Here's Fabinho. Fabinho runs at the Arsenal defence, but then plays it to the far side. Comes back infield to Wijnaldum. We're into the last 20 minutes now here at a quiet Anfield, of course, behind closed doors. You'd normally have 55,000 people in here, absolutely wrapped by this. The match very finely poised, Liverpool leading the 1-goal advantage. Liverpool in recent years in the Premier League have had substantial wins against Arsenal, but not tonight thus far. Here's Mane. Ceballos stands up and is adjudged to have shoved him over. Mane. Ceballos protests, and actually it's a yellow card. Not sure whether that's for the challenge or for the reaction by Ceballos.
I think more for the reaction. He's not happy, Ceballos. I think it's one of those. Mane has the ball and Ceballos is behind him, and he shoves him in the back. I don't think that's a yellow card offence. I think it's more for the afters, the complaints, maybe the dissent.
Mane just climbing to his feet. He's okay. So it's a free kick. It's a couple of steps, maybe just one big step outside the penalty area.
Depending on how tall you are.
Yeah, it would do. In the Arsenal right back area. So Alexander-Arnold has gone over there. Robertson as well, so the two full-backs are there. Two-man wall. Liverpool, 5 men in the box. Robertson is going to play towards the back post. Van Dijk was after it, headed away by Tierney. Did well standing up against Van Dijk. Oh, David Luiz didn't clear, but the referee spotted an infringement, and it's a free kick to Arsenal in their own box.
Yeah, two former Celtic colleagues there jumping for the same ball. You think Tierney has no right to win it off the giant Dutchman. He defends it well, pops the ball up, and a free kick awarded for Arsenal.
Mikel Arteta making his final change with still over 15 minutes to play, and it's the Arsenal goal scorer Lacazette who's off, and Eddie Nketiah comes on up front, which I had a feeling that change would probably be made at some point this evening. Nketiah in very decent goal scoring form, a couple of goals in his last two Arsenal appearances in the Carabao Cup last Wednesday night against Leicester, and the winner against West Ham. Also scored free scoring when he was playing for AD Boothroyd's under-21s. Got 4 goals in the 2 matches this month. So the 21-year-old Nketiah is on up front. Half. Van Dijk back to Alisson. Robertson's pass forward is deflected out of play near the halfway line. Throw in for Arsenal. Holding's got the ball back and will bounce it to Bellerin to take the throw on the far side.
Yeah, just seen a picture of Lacazette. He's pulled his shirt up over his head. That miss will be on his mind.
Yeah, that's...
And do you know what? I can understand Arsenal fans thinking he should have scored. It was a great save.
Mane gives it to Salah. Salah now plays it forward to Firmino, who made a run to the left-hand side, but the challenge came in, and Arsenal were able to clear it away. Just opened up there for a second for Liverpool, but not able to fully take advantage. And now Bellerin is going to run the wall away from the back for Arsenal into the centre circle, and then gives it to Maitland-Niles. Maitland-Niles on the left wing now, plays the ball but straight into the legs of Alexander-Arnold, and Arsenal go back into their own half. What you said there, Chris, about Alexander Lacazette, it was the perfect words for the caption that we were watching of Lacazette. Ceballos playing it through to Nketiah. Alisson's come a long way out of his penalty area and puts in the tackle almost to pass the ball forward, and it's actually found its way to the feet of Sadio Mane. 25 yards out, Sadio Mane works it to Firmino, right side of the box, low shot, takes a deflection and bounces narrowly wide of the far post.
Yeah, Mane, danger man on the left again. This time wasn't on, so chops inside, pops the ball out to Firmino. He's on the right-hand side of the box. He's thinking out of my feet and try and fire it into that far corner. but the ball takes a deflection and goes a couple of yards wide of the post.
Corner then. First corner of the second half, Liverpool's corner. Alexander-Arnold just puts his foot and drags the ball back from that little corner over there. The big red corner scoreboard gleaming away above his head. Liverpool 2, Arsenal 1. Here's the corner played in. Leno is challenged by Van Dijk, and that's a foul. Leno couldn't get his hands to it, or if he did, it was knocked away from him by the challenge of Van Dijk, and it's a free kick to Arsenal. So we're into the last 15 minutes. Juliet Ferrington next to us, who's going to be going downstairs to do the interviews, is just gathering everything together with her long, socially distanced style microphone that we'll have down there to bring you the interviews before 10:30 on 5 Live tonight. David Luiz inside his own penalty area, passing it back to Leno. Salah quickly herring down, and then across to Holding, who clears it away long to the halfway line, where Van Dijk is able to take up possession again. Still, Jurgen Klopp has not made a change. So Klopp has all three.
Milner stripped, ready to come on though.
There he is, in fact. So that'll be the first change. Mikel Arteta's made all three of his. Klopp yet to make a move, but James Milner will be on presently. Mohamed El Neni is playing the ball to Ceballos. Ceballos has a look up, then curls the ball forward. This is for the run of the pacey Bellerin down the right-hand side, but the pacey Robertson's with him. Robertson gets there first, but then can't prevent the ball going behind for a corner to Arsenal, their first of the match.
Yeah, Robertson did well there, actually, because Aubameyang was free in the middle, and Bellerin got there first and got the cross in. It would have been a real opportunity. Pepe taking the corner. I see Arsenal have got a set-piece expert in, John.
Well, interestingly, they've packed the 6-yard box for this corner from Pepe, which was poorly hit, actually, and easily cleared away by a sliding Robertson out for a throw on the far side.
Did you read that, the set-piece coach?
I didn't, actually,
yeah.
No. I know he brought in a raft of new coaches.
Yeah. Andreas Georgsson from Brentford.
Yes. The Swede. He's Swedish.
That one didn't work, though. Get it past the first man.
A double change for Liverpool. Jota is coming on. Diogo Jota, the recent signing from Wolves, is going to make his Premier League debut. And he gets a bear hug, first of all, from Jurgen Klopp, who absolutely wraps his arms around little Jota and sends him on the way with a slap on the back that probably took the wind out of his lungs. So Jota is recovering from that and waiting to come on for Liverpool for the first time here at Anfield. Premier League debut and a home debut as well. But first of all, the change that we're going to see is Keita leaving the field. Is it? Yep. Yeah, he's left the field on the far side, Keita. So James Milner has come on into the midfield for him. And now here we go. Sadio Mane has made way, and on sprints Diogo Jota, this 23-year-old Portuguese, the recent £41 million signing from Wolves, who is making his Premier League debut for his new club here and his home debut, having come on as a substitute in the second half late in the game at Sinsel Bank the other evening, or the LNER Stadium as they call it. Here is Firmino turning and giving it to the newly arrived Jota into the box, pulls the ball across, cleared away by Maitland-Niles, comes out to the edge of the area to Robertson. He couldn't get the ball back from Ceballos, but Robertson is now onto it, and with 10 minutes to play, Liverpool still lead by 2-1. Alexander-Arnold with the ball on the right, way down below us on the Liverpool right, and then back to the halfway line. So Jota has taken up the position as he did the other evening in Lincoln on the left-hand side. And
I'm a little bit surprised he took Mane off. I thought Mane was having a really strong game, but I suppose now, you know, the criticism of Liverpool, very difficult to criticise Liverpool with what they've achieved over the last couple of seasons, but squad depth and strength.
Oh! Leno passing the ball across his 6-yard box. That must have been millimetres from the toe of Mohamed Salah. And He couldn't get there, and it ran out into the full-back position.
He just anticipated that, Salah, and gambled and dived. Maybe it was worth the risk from Salah.
Well, he was doing his best, though, to get there, wasn't he? But Liverpool have already benefited from one of those sort of errors in the Premier League this season, courtesy of Kepa Arrizabalaga. And here now is Jota, who will try for goal from the edge of the penalty area. He was going for the curler, but he wanted it to draw in, and it faded away.
Yeah, he actually tried to put his foot through that, and I think he just overran it, took a heavy touch and then sliced it. Was off balance. An awkward looking shot which sailed well wide of Leno's left-hand post.
It's what you dream of, though, as a Liverpool player, of course, to score your goal on your debut at Anfield in front of the Kop. Oh, that's a poor pass across field from Maitland-Niles.
I'm a big fan of Maitland-Niles, but his radar's been off tonight in terms of his passing.
I presume he'll be in the England squad again on Thursday, and I'm guessing it might be quite a large England squad. 3 matches in these internationals that are coming up over the course of the next few weeks. The England squad will be named 2 o'clock-ish on Thursday afternoon. We'll have news of that on 5 Live. Champions League draw as well as on Thursday at 4 o'clock BST. So we'll have news of that Thursday afternoon. Liverpool will be watching out for that. And the Europa League draw, Arsenal will be watching out for that noon on Friday. So all that to listen out to on 5 Live later in the week. England's women have won the T20 by 44 runs. So that's 4-0 in the series, the 5-match series. Here's Salah. Salah slipping the ball into the box. Jota with a chance. He's shot into the side netting. What an opportunity to score in front of the Kop on his Liverpool debut at Anfield.
And will he get an easier opportunity? I'm not so sure. It is breathtaking, this, from Mo Salah. Right-hand side, chops inside onto his left foot, goes past Maitland-Niles. And a defence-splitting pass, finds Jota on the corner of the 6-yard line. He just has Leno to beat, and he hits the side netting, left-footed. Leno closes down the angle, but Liverpool should have put this game to bed by now.
Still just 2-1 to Liverpool. David Luiz playing it back to Leno, passing it across the penalty area to Holding. Ceballos takes it back into his own box. 4 Liverpool players buzzing around him, but Ceballos turns and brings the ball away. A little bit of Real Madrid class there. And then Bellerin forward to Pepe. Pepe now up against Van Dijk into the penalty area. Van Dijk goes with him. Pepe turns, plays it back. Bellerin advancing again. Bellerin into the penalty area, tried to slip it into the box, and then both Robertson and Van Dijk come together either side of Nketiah. And one of them got a touch, says Craig Pawson, one of the defenders. Van Dijk shakes his head at the referee, but it's a corner that's been given.
He does more than shake his head, Van Dijk. Defends it really well, because Pepe's dangerous. He's running with the ball, and twice Van Dijk held him up. He thought he shepherded the ball out of play there. Now they've got a defender corner.
I think he might have thought about brandishing a fist at him, but he didn't. Pepe takes it into the near post, but clears it away.
They need to sack that set piece coach.
Well, presumably you need the delivery to be right, to actually get it into the penalty area. Ball forward for Gomez.
David Luiz nearly through. He's offside.
He loves a bit of that, David Luiz, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Herring forward. Well, he'd not actually come back from the set piece. But Liverpool 2, Arsenal 1, BBC Radio 5 Live. And the ball with Liverpool inside their own half. Jota plays it back to Robertson. And then Robertson will slip it to his right to Fabinho. And then Jota touches it back to Robertson again. Into the last 5 minutes now. Arsenal certainly have not given up the prospect that they might be able to get something here this evening. That chance for Lacazette, that was the big opportunity. Alisson playing the important role with the save. Here's Salah. Salah now finds Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum back across. Salah takes it away. He took it away from Jota. The touch was poor. The ball bounced between them, and Leno said thanks very much and picked it up.
Yeah, you can see what Salah's thinking. I want that for myself, but really should have left it for Jota, who would have had an easy opportunity. 1v1, 8 yards out, and he would have been able to take a touch. That's 2 big chances Liverpool have given up in the last couple of minutes. Will they pay?
Yeah, to simplify it, probably to very much oversimplify it, you could see what he was thinking. He was thinking,
his eyes, yeah.
I laid it on a plate for you, mate, last time, and you didn't score. And I'm going to pull rank here a little bit. Arsenal with the ball, Liverpool with the ball, with Gomez on the edge of the penalty area, carries it forward. Here's another one for Jota to chase. Holding comes across, they're shoulder to shoulder, and then Holding with a touch to take it away behind for a corner to Liverpool.
He defended that well. He's actually done all right holding 1v1 situations this evening. Just seeing this chance again, he has to leave that, Mo Salah, for Jota, who would have been able to take a touch and finish uncontested. No Arsenal player in sight.
So it's a corner over there on the far side. Also a number of banners being placed on that little section underneath the police control box. We never walk alone, one of them. Here's the corner. The outswinger from Robertson, which is headed away, comes out to Alexander-Arnold, who lifts it over the top. Salah on the chase. Salah does keep it in play near the corner flag on the right-hand side, in front of the Kop. Liverpool leading Arsenal by 2-1. We're into the closing stages now. 2.5 minutes to go. Alexander-Arnold's ball in, headed away by David Luiz. Comes out to Jota, who shoots, and it's into the bottom corner. And Diogo Jota has scored on his home debut for Liverpool at the Kop end. He's had chances, he didn't take them, but he's got this one. And Diogo Jota, this young Portuguese, is surrounded by his new Liverpool teammates. That goal has won it surely for Liverpool tonight. 3-1 now.
Yeah, game, set, match for Liverpool, and this is not an easy finish. Diogo Jota, edge of the box, the ball's whipped in. David Luiz heads the ball out. He's on the 18-yard line, pretty centrally. His first touch is really good off his right thigh.
Oh,
well, I say it's really good. It actually pops up onto his chest, but then reacts really quickly and lashes the ball right-footed into the far corner. Leno unsighted, goes in off the far post. Big goal for him.
Oh, I was just wondering, did that pop up onto his arm?
Yes, let's not get started.
Well, play's resumed.
It's an interesting one, though.
It's gone, but I have a feeling that...
Was it immediate enough?
Mind you, it also popped up onto the middle of his upper arm.
Did it?
If it did touch his arm, it was the middle of his upper arm, and you know what that means? The T-shirt line. But I think that might get a mention from Mikel Arteta post-match. However, goal stands.
Yeah,
it's Liverpool 3, Arsenal 1. Chris Sutton.
I've seen the one replay. I'm not sure. Don't know whether the communication at Stockley Park has broken down again.
Minamino is waiting to come on for Liverpool. So we're on air till 10:30 tonight. Chris Sutton, Mark Chapman obviously in the studio or wherever he is. He's behind a microphone anyway. Alexander-Arnold playing it back into his own half. And Liverpool now look as though they've done enough to get the point, and it's another good win for them. The sequence of wins that they've had here at home in the Premier League, the last 4 have been 3-1, 5-1, 4-0, 3-1, and this looks like it will be another 3-1. Here's Jota. He'll be feeling great. Jota, after getting that goal, particularly after it stood. Robertson crossing, bounces back to Jota. Jota angles it back to Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum to the right-hand side. Alexander-Arnold then overhits it across in front of Firmino and beyond and out of play for a goal kick.
He'll be disappointed, Alexander-Arnold, because he's so good when the ball goes out to him. He just had to take the pace off the cross, got too much on it. goes behind, and here comes Minamino. This job done for Liverpool now, though.
Yep, Firmino trotting off the field. Minamino waiting to come on to replace him after his 2 goals in the Carabao Cup last week. Minamino scored against Arsenal, remember, in the Community Shield. That was his first for the club in a competitive match. And we're into added time. Liverpool leading Arsenal by 3-1. 3 minutes of added time. And Minamino races on, gets a pat on the bottom from Wijnaldum as he runs past him. And Arsenal had the goal kick. So it looks like it's going to be Arsenal's first defeat of the new season. Won both of their matches in the Premier League, won in the Carabao Cup, won on penalties in the Community Shield against Liverpool. But Liverpool, the champions, it would appear, making another strong start to the season. Last year, remember how they won their first 8 matches in the Premier League. This was a tricky start that they've had against Leeds United, newly promoted, their first match, then at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea, then here against this new Arsenal under Mikel Arteta. But it looks like they're going to win all 3. Yep. As Arsenal concede a free kick in the Liverpool right back area.
And the perfect start, and we've seen the so-called contenders all having a bit of a wobble out of the traps. Manchester City walloped yesterday against Leicester. I think everybody thought that they would be the biggest challengers. You can't let this Liverpool team get away, though. We saw what happened last season.
Absolutely not. Luiz bringing the ball down a little. He was closed down by Jota, and he was fortunate that it bounced to Ceballos. Ceballos plays it forward, comes off the head of Fabinho. That's taken it into the path of Aubameyang. Aubameyang into the box, 2 men with him, beats Gomez. Aubameyang then plays it across, and Nketiah, his effort was deflected wide by a diving Gomez, who's congratulated by his teammates for his effort there. Corner.
And we haven't seen enough of this at all from Aubameyang. Brilliant skill, left-hand side. One ball good enough to get in, but Liverpool had numbers back. He goes past Gomez and Van Dijk, and then he has the opportunity to shoot and tries to lay it to Nketiah, and it's blocked.
Here's the corner then, whipped into the near post, but headed away by Gomez. Comes out to Pepe, and then coming in from the right-hand side. The final whistle goes, and that's it, and Liverpool have won it. Arsenal are beaten for the first time this season, and Liverpool have begun the defence of their title with 3 wins out of 3 in the Premier League. Again, they go on and on with this run of now 61 home league matches unbeaten over the course of nearly 3.5 years. They went behind tonight to Arsenal, to that scruffy first half goal by Lacazette, but responded quickly. Mane equalised, Robertson shot Liverpool in front before half-time, and then on his home debut, Diogo Jota, his Premier League debut for Liverpool, scored the 3rd goal that finished it off. Chris Sutton.
Yeah, well worth it. Liverpool red hot, a display of real authority. I think they said to Arsenal tonight, OK, you're doing well with your new manager, but get back in your box, Arsenal. They were the dominant team and thoroughly deserved to win the game. I have to mention Alisson and that save when it was at 2-1, the importance of having a top quality goalkeeper, but the best team won, and won pretty comfortably.
They did. So as the players leave the field, Jurgen Klopp there going around his players as he always does. Final score here at Anfield tonight, Liverpool have won it against Arsenal by 3-1.
Yeah, you'd say best team by a margin, would you?
More than a margin. More than a margin. You think the chances Liverpool missed. I mean, we talked about the chance that Lacazette had, but they dominated the game, Liverpool, and it's been a brilliant start to the season. They are the champions. They are the team to beat, and I thought they showed that tonight. You know, we're bigging up Arsenal before the game, talking about a different Arsenal, a stronger character, more of an attitude they had, but Liverpool really controlled the game very well. Arsenal fortunate to go in front, a scruffy goal, a really awkward goal, but then Liverpool bounced back straight away and looked formidable. They do in all areas. Defended strongly. The goalkeeper, when he was needed, came up with a big save. But Salah looked sharp, Mane looked sharp, Jota came on and had a couple of opportunities, but all over the pitch. you know, we can't say Liverpool didn't deserve to win this one easily because quite frankly, they did. It could have been more.
Arsenal fan David has got in touch to say at least we've competed better this half. We've a long way to go though to reach their level, that's for sure. Must get a deal done for a new midfielder to begin with. William, also an Arsenal fan. If Arsenal had a better striker than Lacazette, they'd have won today. How many chances does he want one-on-one? Where can they improve on that evidence today? Is it up front? Is it midfield?
It's easy. You know, you can say that about any team. Any team, you know, can improve. They're playing against an outstanding team in Liverpool, and I understand, you know, why people look at that chance as being a big moment in the game. But I've got to say the goalkeeper was top class. He waited for the striker to make up his mind. He stood big. He read the situation brilliantly. His concentration levels are outstanding, Alisson. And there was a moment about 10 minutes after that where a through ball goes through. And I think Aubameyang may have gotten the end of it, and he switched on, and you know that's been the difference. You know, for Liverpool, goalkeeper, they got Van Dijk in as well as centre half, and they look really, really strong at the back.
One-on-one though, you would expect to score, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, as a top striker, you would expect that, but strikers do miss them. You know. A lot of strikers would have missed that one. I can understand, you know, that people would look at that opportunity, but I would say great save, yes, okay, should have scored, but sometimes you have to hold your hand up and say great save. Keepers are entitled to make saves.
Diogo Jota's goal in the end, John, didn't make that much difference because it took it from 2-1 to 3-1. Do you think there will be questions asked about that goal? Let me put this from Tom to you. That ball very clearly hits Jota's arm. It's inadvertent, yes, but how can Dyer be penalised for the ball hitting his arm while he's jumping in a way that had no consequence, while Jota can control the ball with his arm and score from it?
I would accept that. When I saw it first time I spotted it, which was about the third or fourth replay, I did think, oh, that looks as though it's caught an arm, and I'd like to see it again. I've seen it twice.
Well, I think the better comparison with that is the Chelsea goal, the equaliser, the Abraham one, because that hit Havertz on the arm, didn't it? And there's the word immediate. And I think that was 4.8 seconds it took from hitting Havertz on the arm
because
until
West
Abraham
Brom
popped in. But they scored directly from Jota tonight.
West Brom still had an opportunity to clear that, actually, didn't they? After it bounced off his arm in that 4.8 seconds. But
we were debating what is, you know, immediate, what, you know.
Well, that was immediate tonight, wasn't it?
Well, exactly, yeah. So it shouldn't have been given. If it hit his arm.
No, and you sort of wonder what they're doing in that situation. Because you would well, as you said in commentary, maybe the line had gone down to Stockley Park.
I think the first part of that was was accurate. You sort of wonder what they're doing.
Well, what I would say, to be charitable.
Oh, here we go.
It is that in one of the
voice of the authorities.
In the I'm only
Rumpole
being fair.
Pretty accurate.
I'm only being fair. I'm about to rule. Silence in court. That we were told that there was the determination, and again you'll raise an eyebrow here, but to speed up the process, and to make sure we didn't have the long wait for decisions. So I don't know whether they've ruled on that before they've actually seen the correct. What does that mean?
I'm baffled by that. Speed up the process.
Speed up the process. We've seen it. We're happy. That's it.
So we've seen the handball. We're happy.
We've not seen the handball, but we've seen enough. We're happy.
But you can imagine that. I mean, you know.
There are ways in which it looks like it might not have hit his hand, depending on what angle you're looking at. So I can sort of take John's point. If they see two replays and think, well, it hasn't hit his hand, and then the fourth replay comes in, and all of a sudden you go, oh, maybe it did. But by which time you've kicked off again because you want to speed it up.
But how many camera angles? They have plenty of camera angles. You just wonder, did somebody at Stockley Park go out and make a pot of tea or something? I don't know. Come back in and thought, well, we'll just leave it. That can be the only explanation. If it did hit his hand, they should see it and call it. Come on.
So It does make me laugh to think of the VAR official going out to pop the kettle on, coming, as we all do when watching football at home sometimes.
It'll only take a minute.
Liverpool's win takes them into second, actually. So 3 teams on 9 points this evening from their 3 games. Leicester with 9, Liverpool with 9, Everton with 9. Arsenal remain in 5th, 6 points from 3 games. The early game this evening saw a very comfortable win for Aston Villa at Fulham by 3-0. It means Aston Villa have a 100% record. They're in 4th at the moment, 6 points from just their 2 games. Fulham rooted to the bottom of the table, one of 3 teams without a point so far. Fulham and Sheffield United have both played 3 games. Burnley have played just the 2, but Fulham's goal difference is already at -7. Colin is here at 10:30 this evening on 5 Live. Before you get to Colin, we'll bring you reaction from both of tonight's games. Liverpool winning at Anfield against Arsenal. We'll talk about Manchester City's new signing, Ruben Dias, who is on his way from Benfica. That will be confirmed in the next 24 hours. We might also do a little bit on handball as well, depending on whether any of us can be bothered between now and 10:30. You're listening to BBC Radio 5 Live. It's exactly 10 o'clock on a Monday evening, and here's the latest BBC News.
On digital, BBC Sounds, smart speaker and online.
This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
BBC News at 10 o'clock. This is Harvey Cook. Coronavirus restrictions in a large area of the northeast of England are to be